In 5, 4, 3, 2.
Good night, everyone, and get ready because it's time for the late chip at the video store.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning or good evening. I do it every time, but I can't help it. It's like bright and sunny. Mike, how are you going today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Very good. It's Saturday morning. We've got Chris already. I'm starting to really enjoy starting the show with who have we got watching? Say hi. Let us know you're around. It fuels our interaction a little bit more and able to bring up the comments a bit quicker if we know like who's around and things like that.
Yeah.
So please say hi. Mike, I thought I would kick off the show just by talking about how much fun we had last week with movies we wish you had seen sooner. Like that was a really fantastic episode, and it's definitely like the interaction we got was amazing, and not just on the episode, on our video comments we got a lot of extra answers, and that's what I like to see. Keeping the conversation going. We had Melissa give us Freddy vs. Jason's, just ones you wish you'd seen sooner. We had I think it was Joseph with Super 8.
Yes.
Yeah, just one that maybe fatigue from big blockbuster things at the moment and then caught it later and went, wow, this is great. And then we had Spence talk about Big Night. He's like, yep. They're like, yep, we did. I'm a chef now. This is what, inspires me. So I thought, I really like seeing the conversation continuing. So if you're not able to catch us on the day, we know that Friday night is not always available to everyone. So please keep the conversation going and give us your answers on our YouTube videos because we love seeing the comments. Both of us usually reply.
Yeah.
So if you're not able to give your answer today, because this is one that's so open-ended. Mike, what have we got today?
Okay, so today we have...
What's your favorite multiplayer video game? I didn't know how to word this one because it's up to you, as always, how you want to formulate the answer. Is it just it's really good mechanics, it's online, it's couch co-op, it's more what I want to know is, do you just have a really good story? Do you just have a favorite multiplayer story? Because what inspired this question is, do you remember that photo that went round about like the LAN party and the guy being duct taped to the ceiling? Do you remember that photo? I think it was like Counter-Strike, this Counter-Strike LAN party, and this guy's like hanging from the ceiling. That's the kind of shit like I really either like. What's your interpretation of it?
Oh, I'd say you did. Well, yeah. 100%.
Because there's definitely been a big boom in the last few years as well with games like Overcooked and whatnot, where it is cooperative games, and it's bringing back that couch co-op, which I really like. And I'm going to kick it off. I've grown up an only child, not that much multiplayer games in my household, so that's why I'm keen for some stories, because it's definitely part that I not missed out on, but just didn't flourish as much as single player adventure games. But I love Mario Party. I feel like I've played nearly every major Mario Party, whether I own them or not. Like I remember at least renting 3, 4, I think maybe 6. I only played maybe once, but otherwise I've either owned or played religiously all the Mario Parties. I've grown up a very big board game fan. I love the competitive aspect of it. So this is a game though that is easy to just pick up if you're like you don't need to be proficient at video games, especially from like the Wii onwards. They made it much more accessible, and fans, a bit mixed on some of the more recent releases. I really hated when they made you all sit in the car and go around in the one that's in 9 and 10. I'm getting very specific because like this is a series I'm very familiar with. But 8 I quite like in particular because it launched on the Wii, and it's one like my mum was able to pick up. So my mum is my co-pilot for all my video games. Like if on Super Mario Galaxy, you could have a second player with a Wiimote, she'd pick up like all the star bits and whatnot. So, or if we're playing Kingdom Hearts, she's there on the iPad next to me, or like looking at my health bar and whatnot. So to be able to play something with my mum who's not, who's a little bit intimidated. 2 is a classic. Someone who's a little bit intimidated by controllers, as you know, a little bit of that trope of like, mum, what's this console? It's a Nintendo, and it's like all like PlayStation 1. We've seen those sort of memes.
Yeah.
So to be able to like play something on the Wii together, we play the boardwalk one and the train one and whatnot, and Mario Party can be a little imbalanced at times, where some of the games is just pure luck. It's like, pick this character you think is going to win the race, press this plunger and hope that Bowser's eyes don't tick backwards and start counting down, you explode. But on Mario Party 8, they had this one where it's just like ropes, you're hanging on a mountainside and you are held up by ropes, and it's like, cut the rope. So Mum and I, every time, like, that's our like little chant, is cut the rope. And just hope that you don't die. So those are the experiences I really a little bit miss. And if you are predominantly single player, you don't get that interaction. So I like that. Mike, do you have any multiplayer experiences that stick out to you?
Yeah, I actually have. It used to be another horror game, but recently it changed, which I brought, like Jake, I brought a prop for it. It's an easy one. We got props. It's Evil Dead, the game. I love the hell out of this game. Just came out a couple months ago. Basically, you play as any character from the movies or a TV show, or you can play as the actual evil entity. And the whole goal is to grab some pages, grab the dagger, and then you have to face the actual entity in physical form. And if you do that, it's like a 25, 30-minute match. Then you win. And then they also have a single player mode where you can lock a bunch of characters, but single player mode is so fucking difficult. It takes so long to do. I've been able to do a couple of them, but some of the harder ones are getting to me. But it's so much fun. I've been able to play with a bunch of people on there. It reminded me a lot of the Friday the 13th game, which I also loved before they shut it down, or they at least, stopped working on it. And then like Dead by Daylight has little bits of that as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fantastic. So obviously I'm not the biggest horror game connoisseur. I would definitely shit myself. But it's cool that you're bringing up that multiplayer eases the task load as opposed to single player, like getting things done in a group. I like that modern day we're seeing the benefits of, getting things in groups or guilds or whatnot, and that it's really pushing for that. And that's so much of being able to have that like internet connectivity now, like really being able to take advantage of that the last, say, 10, 15 years. We've got Link in the chats. Quake Arena, absolutely. I want to see more of those. Yeah, your Counter-Strikes, your Quakes, your Call of Duties. Like, and if someone says the same answer as you, like, I don't care. Come on and give me your answer. Come on and give me your story. I want to see those like online FPS ones where you just get together with your friends and shoot shit up. That's definitely something that happens. I want a WoW story. If you give me a good WoW Leroy Jenkins moment, I will love you forever. I want to hear some Smash Bros. I want to hear some Mario Kart. Because Mario Kart's another one. Like Alan and I played that on some of our first dates, and like even now I'm still pissed at him 6 years down the track. Or I'm like, you definitely cheated. When we went down the time zone, you played like in the proper arcades, we do this. I'm like, you full on bumped me out the way over the finish line. Like, I'm still salty about it. Like, Mario Kart's definitely one. Like, if you blue shell someone who's in the lead, like, we can't be friends anymore. Like, so, I'll just jump on Nico. Chuck on the link. Let's have a go. Smash Bros is one. I'm going to bring that one up quickly. That's been a series. I'm a big Nintendo girl, so that's one I've been following since N64. And so to see the progression of that, where starting on 64, you've really only got 4 other controllers that you can plug in at the one time. So I was very fortunate that I could live near my cousins, and we would all jump on and like level 9 3 stock, just those. That's what I want from this. Shut up. That's what I want from this question is like, what are those like key core memories? Like, this is the settings, these are the modes, like what transports you back to. Aled gave the one like school library with friends. A lot of this is maybe growing up, like what did you get to experience? It's going to be great.
You can even throw in those sports games as well, like the Maddens online, NBA online. I know like Cody and stuff like that. And I think Coho also plays one of the new Madden ones. So if you guys have answers like that, that also works as well.
Not a sports girl, so didn't even think that, but absolutely. Or even like Wii Sports. I talked about before with like my mum and Mario Party, but the Wii's I think it is the best-selling console of all time because of the accessibility to it. Anyone could pick up that Wiimote and throw a bowling ball, down the lanes. And so do you have fun family memories like that or anything to go? I know when Jake and Michael came over and we did bowling, like I still have the Wii bowling, like I hold it and I go to the side like that because that's what I learned to do from Wii bowling. So, Mike, we got customers.
Yes, we do, including this fucking guy. We got him.
I can't believe it.
14 episodes in, he finally shows up for it.
It's because I harassed you yesterday. I know it. I know that got under your skin. How are you doing today?
I'm tired, but pretty great, I think. I watched Pinocchio with my kid.
Oh, how was it?
It sucked.
Ringing endorsement. Can't wait to not watch it as well. Nazario, what is your favorite multiplayer video game?
As you guys know, I'm a dinosaur, so my better memories of being a video game player actually are from the 80s and 90s. Like I have played some of the other stuff, but it sucks. So basically, there's no better multiplayer team than the Turtles. So you can pick basically any of the multiplayer games. They had the arcade game Turtles in Time. They had the Hyperstone Heist. There's a new one called Revenge of the Shredder in PlayStation and Xbox, which is actually awesome. And I was playing that with my kid, and I loved it so much. I was excited when they threw all the old games in the Cowabunga collection, and I bought that too. And literally yesterday we finished Turtles in Time, which is gonna be my pick for this. TMNT Turtles in Time, the arcade version, because that one was 4-player multiplayer, not only 2 like the Super Nintendo one. And I actually just have fun memories of hanging out with my friends at school and say like, hey, everybody save your allowance because this Friday is Turtle Time. And then just fucking throw money to the garbage because that's what it was. Playing The Secret of Shredder, I can tell now that there's like balance, like you can get some skill, you get power-ups and stuff. It's all like, okay, rewarding. Those arcade games, no. They just
brutal.
beat you. There's like so many one-hit kills in that thing. And the fact that the quarter gets you 2 lives, it's frustrating as heck. Like I spent like $20 in it and we didn't even finish the game. Now that we're playing it on the PlayStation 4, and you just have to push a button, to put quarters in, and it sounds like let's kick some shell. Sometimes I'm like in the middle of a fight, and I'm like, where's my kid? Come help me! And then I start hearing, kick some shell. I'm like, come on, what are you doing? Look up there, guy has 500 lives. We finished the game. And he had like 380 something left. He was like, whoa, I barely made it. Barely. But yeah, Turtles in Time is fucking awesome.
I love it. I hadn't even thought of arcade games, but absolutely, that's a great communal experience. And you're right, like there was stakes to it and there was prestige. Like if you're the kid that can beat this level, your name got round and things like that. So I love this choice. And Turtles in Time, when you said Turtles, I'm like, it's got to be this one, because we're talking like those old awesome beat 'em up, joystick, 2 buttons, like combo moves, anything like
We
that.
have like the lines and stuff, like because it has the big screen, like the 4-player ones had the larger screen,
Yeah.
and then they had like the big 4-player table, and everyone had their colors. Fucking awesome.
Great. Mike, what do
20
you think of this choice?
Oh, I like Nazaro. I would play this in the arcade all the time. I love this game so much as a child, and I want to get the actual new collection to actually be able to play that, because I've been having to use an emulator to play it. So I want to actually get on my actual big TV to do it.
Mike.
Drop it out now. Nazaro, thank you for coming on and giving us a fucking awesome answer. That was great. Love it.
Legit.
Right up.
Hey, Nazaro.
That was great. What a way to kick it off. Mike, let's bring someone in.
You got Nico.
We got Nico.
Hi, I'm doing my best Payson impression this week.
Fantastic. Nico, what's your favorite multiplayer video game?
So originally I was going to say Mario Kart, specifically Mario Kart Double Dash. And then you mentioned stories, and I realized I've honestly played that game solo more than I have with friends. So I don't know if it applies to me as well for the answer. So I had to think back, what game do I have the most memories playing multiplayer with? And it's got to be, and I'm talking any version, Super Smash Brothers.
Hell yeah.
Like middle school and high school, having sleepovers with my friends. That's the game we would play. Go to any college dorm or college cafeteria where there's a TV, and that game was likely playing on the TV. Friendships were being made and or destroyed right before your very eyes. My sister and I, we bonded over that game. We went to our cousin's house and played it during birthday parties. And again, I'm talking any version. My guy was always Pit from Kid Icarus, because I loved that he had the double-bladed sword that also acted as a crossbow. You want to know how many lives this game has touched? Go on YouTube. Watch the very last character reveal from the most recent Smash Brothers game, where they announced Sora from Kingdom Hearts, and you will see grown adults crying from how much it moves them that a character that they love has made it into a game that they love, that just brings all these people together. I'm a pro wrestler in training. There's been a lot of talk over the past year and a half about forbidden doors and wrestlers coming from all these different promotions to fight under one roof. That is Super Smash Brothers in a T. Just all these characters coming from all these different IPs fighting together under various rule sets. Like, you want to have Pokeballs in play? You can throw them in there. You want to have Yoshi eggs in play? You can have them in there. You ever wanted to see what Kirby looked like after he ate someone from your other favorite IP? Like, that game will open your mind to possibilities you didn't know were there before. You want to watch Yoshi also eat people and then shit them out as an egg? That's also really fun. Like, seriously, there's a reason this game franchise has stood the test of time for as long as it has. And if the last version we got is the last one, what a way to go out.
Oh, I 100% agree. I was just thinking the same. Like, with Ultimate, it's really bringing together all the love of each game, because we get to play as every character now. I love that you bring out specifics. I'm very much a Fox McCloud or Kirby girl myself. Like, that's always been the one since like 64. But definitely, I love what you're saying about the community. Like, the Smash Bros community is huge, sometimes problematic, but like the fact that people are still loving Melee, and that's still being competitively played at esports, I find so fascinating. So, Nico, I thought this was a great choice. Thanks for coming on today, darling.
Thank you, Nico.
Mike, have you played any of the Smash Bros game?
Yeah, I played the early ones, and I always enjoyed the early ones. I just haven't been able to play the bigger ones recently. The newer ones, the bigger ones. Yeah, the newer ones recently I haven't been able to check out, because I stopped getting the Nintendo consoles and that kind of.
I'm very much the same. So I played 64 and Melee and Brawl to death, like all the events, all everything. But I was late in getting my Wii U, so I didn't play 4 until like really the late cycle of the Wii U, and then I'm not a fan of it on the 3DS. So I a little bit missed that gap. So when Ultimate came around on Switch, like that's what I've really loved because I've got to play some of the characters more in depth than what I got to play with 4. Like it rekindled my love of the franchise. And then I really love what Nico was saying, that we've got like all the player pass extra characters. I can't remember what it's called in the moment. It's going to come to me like at the end of the show. I'm going to be like, that! But absolutely. And as I said, Nick, if someone gives your answer, come on and still give me what are your memories of it. That's what I'm keen to see tonight. So, Mike, bring someone on.
We got Burr.
Hey, what's up?
How you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm tired. I was about to go to bed, and I was like, "Oh, that's right, that's right." Mike and Kelly show's on. I got
the greatest show of all time.
Yeah, greatest show of all time. How many Emmys is this now? 12?
Oh, at least minimum.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
you have. Yeah, you've been on the majority of them.
First season sensation. But give us your answer. What's your favorite multiplayer video game?
Yeah. So, Super Mario Party. Crash Bandicoot racing. All that stuff is fun. But you haven't played a multiplayer video game until you blow your voice out screaming "Sabotage" when you're playing Rock Band, baby. Let me tell you about the greatest video game invention of all time, being the guitar controller for the Guitar Hero series, and then they added the drums, and then in the later series you get to add a little keyboard action. But Rock Band 1, being me, the dork that I am, I got to sing Orange Crush at the top of my lungs as my brother played the bass line, and it was just the two of us most of the time. But whenever we did have more people over, we rocked the house out as much as, a bunch of 14-year-olds could. So, Rock Band, baby.
That is something I had not even considered, but like, what a sensation. I'm going to piggyback off that, and I'm going to go Guitar Hero 3. That's the one that really took off for me, especially because we had it came on Wii as well. So I agree. Like, I still have those, the accessories, the drums, because Rock Band Beatles as well. Oh, chef's kiss, beautiful. But like every few years, my parents would try and clear out their house and like, Kelly, like we got to get rid of these. And like, don't you dare. Don't you dare touch that. I better not see that down at the op shop. Like, I will be pissed. And one day they're going to be worth money and I'm going to love playing it. But definitely, Guitar Hero 3 is like something I bonded with my dad over. Like, we took it over for the school holidays and like it would be rainy and you couldn't go out. And we would just sit there for hours, so much so that I would look away from the TV and the wall was scrolling. Like, or that like my pinky would hurt from having to push that stupid orange key. Yeah.
Oh, the orange one was a curse. It was an epoxy. It's the only reason I ever played only on medium at the highest.
I was just about to say anything over hard mode. Fuck that. Like, Mike, did you get to play any of the Rock Band Guitar Heroes? Anything with these controllers?
The first Guitar Hero, and I played it on easy because screw that noise with the fucking button pushing, trying to figure out what.
It's just the first 3.
Yeah. I would mess it up too every single time. It did not matter, but I still enjoyed it. It was still fun to play.
That was awesome. Bar, thanks for coming on and giving us your answer today.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, both.
We're getting some outside the box, so I guess like some real creative answers, and I'm just loving seeing it. If you haven't jumped on yet, hit that link up. We want to see as many answers as possible. Mike, throw someone in. Who we got?
Let's see if we got him here.
We got him here?
Hey!
Yes! We got a Friday night car call.
100%. Nico's trying to jack my style, and I'm not going to allow it.
He doesn't have the beard going on. The crazy beard.
Very true. Very true.
Jason, what's your favorite multiplayer video game?
I'm going back to a game that came out the year I was born, 1997. It is the greatest movie licensed game of all time. Dun 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 dun. GoldenEye 007. I remember playing this game. It was like one of the first teen-rated games I was allowed to play as a kid. And I know when you go back, the controls are very difficult to, like, maneuver around. I still love this game to death. Just having like you don't start out with a gun, you have to go and find a gun and then hunt your target down. I think is awesome. All the different game modes like License to Kill, where it's just every single thing is one hit kill, and you can do the mode where there are no guns, so you're literally just walking around like slapping the shit out of everyone. Is awesome. Of course, Man with the Golden Gun, where you're just trying to find the golden gun because that's the only one hit kill. Every single piece of shit that ever played as Odd Job, I hate you. It's not fun. And I think everyone had like their favorite map and their favorite gun. Like Facility was my favorite map. I think the P90 was my favorite gun just because of how fast it shot. But no, like GoldenEye is still to this day, 25 years later, my favorite multiplayer game of all time.
That is the answer I love to see. I want those cult classics. I want those core memories where you've got those modes where you say things like slappers only, where it's become like the culture around it. Everyone can relate. You know what I mean? Everyone has those sorts of ones. And I agree. Like, growing up and having N64, definitely I would play Mario and I would play Zelda and Mario Kart. But GoldenEye was something very revered. That was one that got passed around a lot. And is that more adult game where you're guns and collecting your ammo and finding things? That's definitely those first exposure to those sorts of mechanics I remember seeing. So absolutely, GoldenEye is stone cold classic. This is one like Ocarina of Time that lives in my brain forever as looking amazing. Like, I don't care if you show me what the polygons look like now. Like, in my head, it holds up. Mike, what are your thoughts on this one?
Oh, I used to play this all the time with my friends. We would sit in my room and just go back and forth playing against each other. So amazing game. Like, definitely in my top 3 of all my games. Still holds up today. I played it like a year and a half, 2 years ago, and still great.
Amazing. Payson, another great answer, darling. Thank you so much.
Thank you
so much. Thank you so much, Mike.
That's great. I love our Friday night callers with Payson. Like, that's the cherry on top of the episode.
I'm still waiting for the one moment where you're going to hear screaming in the background. It's him escaping from the mental institution that he clearly is at every time.
Mike, bring him in so that he can give us his first, second, and third options.
Yeah, Nick.
Nick, run us through your top 3. Give us all your choices, darling.
Yes. All right. So, yeah, we'll go quick on the first 2 since they've already been discussed. But Super Smash Brothers, specifically Super Smash Brothers Melee on GameCube. Yeah. That's something that my wife and I play a lot. She kicks my ass every time. I'm not afraid to say it.
Who's she main?
Kirby.
Yeah.
She's a Kirby girl. But what? Oh no, sorry, Roy. Roy's the other one she plays. Sorry if you didn't hear her screaming loud enough in the background. Okay. Anyways, yes. I'm getting embarrassed enough already right now. But yes. Anyway, so like I said, that's a great game that literally anybody can pick up and play. There's a character for everybody, and I think Melee was one of the best overall rounded ones. Okay, I got it.
I love it. I love it.
Okay, all right. So and then GoldenEye, because I was going to show my age on that one. He said he was born in '97. I was like, I was fully engrossed in that game in '97. So
you're like the crypt keeper.
Stop! What are you doing? Oh my god.
Did your wife want to come give an answer?
Okay, they're asking the best multiplayer game. I already said Super Smash Bros. Melee. Obviously, that's why you came in to yell at me.
Obviously.
Do you have another one?
Just for the sheer fun of it, I would also put Mario Kart Double Dash.
Oh, Mario Kart Double Dash. That's a good one too.
Specifically the Double Dash, because being able to ride, like to team up and have 2 people to one cart was the superior move, and they repeated it since.
Yeah,
and it's been a travesty.
That is a really fun way to incorporate Mario Kart. It was a different twist on it, but
because then you can punch people in the face from the back of the car.
Yep, exactly.
I love
my wife Taylor, everybody. Okay, so but yeah, super quick on GoldenEye. Like I said, that was definitely my first game where we had like 4 TVs set up when we all played, and that was just a really good thing. But my third one is, I mean, kind of a cop out answer, but it just means a lot to me, is the original Halo.
Nice, absolutely.
That was the other game that well, I would say I don't want to. Keeping the whole series is kind of a cheap out, but Halo 2, I remember my friend lived literally right down the street from our school. So when Halo 2 came out and he pre-ordered it and had it at his house, I literally got there before him because I knew where his key was, and I went in and started playing before he got home. But no, that game, that's just a really good game that everybody could pick up and play, and had a bunch of different styles, and really enjoyed playing that game with, all the high school friends and whatnot. So, Chris.
Oh, gotcha.
Jesus.
Yeah, okay.
I think Halo.
I'm sorry, I'm taking up so much time. I'm sorry for anyone who's waiting.
No, you're good.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Halo, I think, is a fantastic answer, because that's what I was talking about at the top of the show with Counter-Strike and Call of Duty. These were definitely games that had their big moment in the 2000s and really propelled multiplayer. And I'm going to say it, I think Xbox is successful because of Halo and because of the multiplayer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I mean,
definitely.
Halo is the cornerstone of that console, and most people will agree. And that was just the first 2 Halos that was big before online became a thing.
Absolutely.
So I think that's what really pushed it into the forefront, which is why it's very important in my mind, at least. So
yeah. 100% agree. And then when you did finally start to get those multiplayer aspects, you would get lobbies, and you would start making friends virtually online and worldwide and whatnot. So it cultivated that culture of multiplayer. So I think Halo is very important for that. So I love this answer. Mike, what are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, actually, I agree that the big streamers that I've watched over the years, a lot of them got their big followings because of Halo. Halo was the game, and I played the first one a bunch, and I loved the multiplayer aspect of it. I never really got to play the sequels, which I've always wanted to, that I'm hoping they come back to it at some point.
I guess just real quick, the new one, they tried really hard and unfortunately went the pay to win route, and it messed everything up. So we'll leave that one out. But no, I will say at least the first 3 are really good. If you are able to get access to them, those are really good games.
Oh, I love it. Nick, thanks for coming on and giving us
No
your
problem.
answer. I say thank you to Taylor as well. That was amazing.
My 5 answers total. So
I love it. I just wrapped up our whole episode, actually. That was fantastic.
All right, sounds good. Always good to be on here.
Thank you, Nick.
Yep, of course.
Mike, how are we going to pick a best moment? We've had.
Oh yeah, this is going to be a harder one for sure.
It's been great. I love that Nick brought up when you would have to have multiple TVs, multiple consoles, and things like that. And when you had local co-op back in the day, you would accuse people of looking at your half of the screen and knowing where you were, and that was always a big thing as well. Or you would have to segment the TV and whatnot. Another one I want to bring up really quickly, I just thought of, is the Lego games. I think the Lego games are fantastic co-op games. If there's any couples out there that want to pick something up, I think this is great because you can split screen and go off and do your separate missions and change your characters and whatnot. So I think the Lego games are good local multiplayer games, because we've talked a lot about online versus local player. I think there's space for both, which is fantastic. But definitely, I think those are games that have had a good run in the multiplayer sphere. Have you played any of the Lego games?
Oh yeah, I've played the Jurassic Park one, and then the Hobbit one. The only problem with the Hobbit one is that it only went for the first 2 movies, and it, I don't know why they didn't wait for the 3rd one, and then they never did an expansion or anything, so it just literally ends with Smog. It's very weird, and I've always wondered why didn't they ever go back to that.
We know why they didn't go back to that.
But yeah, the Jurassic Park one I always loved.
Yeah. Any other answers that have been floating around your head before we wrap up? Or if anyone wants to jump in, we can we've got room for one more. If you've been sitting backstage and haven't come up with your answer yet, let us know. But Mike, anything you want to wrap up for today?
Do you know what? I'll say like Nazario, an old school one. I almost forgot the name. Final Fight for the Super Nintendo. Yeah, like I used to play that with my buddy all the time at the arcade and at my house with the Super Nintendo. It was just an amazing, just fun, ridiculous, just bashing game. Button
Beat 'em
game.
up. Yeah.
Beat 'em up game.
Oh, fighting games. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I'm surprised we didn't have more fighting games. Other than like Smash Bros is obviously like seems to be a big touchstone in people's life. It's definitely mine. Like it's definitely that more accessible, as what everyone who came on and spoke about it said. Like it's easier to pick up and it's got that cartoony. But like definitely your Street Fighters, your Mortal Kombats and whatnot. There's definitely room for those sorts of ones. Some more racing games as well. Like we didn't hear much about like Need for Speed or Gran Turismo.
Oh yeah, Need for Speed. Yeah.
Yeah, and even games that specifically might not be multiplayer mode, but you had fun with your friends playing. Like for me it was like The Sims. Like I remember fantastic. It Takes Two I really, really want to play. Like, that looks phenomenal.
I watched Rose and Drew play that a few times. It is such a fun game.
Yeah. Diablo 3 and stuff. Like we haven't talked about like much strategy games or things like that, but there's definitely space for that. I'm thinking of like what are your major esports and whatnot. So definitely a few of those ones there. So that's fantastic. But I think Mike, that's going to wrap up our episode for multiplayer games tonight. So have we got buy our shit? We've taken the stream off. You're ahead of me tonight.
I didn't forget that. I'm getting used to it. 14 episodes later, I'm getting used to turning this shit off before we get to this.
Just as I remember 14 episodes in to start plugging our shit. Buy our shit, go to the video store. Nazari's been killing it with it lately. Mike, you've been so active on the Facebook page and we've got our clip of the weeks and whatnot. So keep keeping up to date with what's happening on the video store because there's been some great stuff going on lately. I'm really proud of what everyone's been putting out. It's been awesome.
Yeah, anytime you guys don't have like 40 minutes to watch the actual episode before you're thinking about it for like the debate or for like Boatman's and co-host new show and then Boatman's other show, just check out the minute and a half clips. They're really good. And if you like it, go watch the full episode, which are always on this channel.
Absolutely. The interview that you did with Bo for Movies on My Life is phenomenal. If you haven't had a chance yet, please watch it. Mike is very, a lot of heart comes through in that episode. It's fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, we will see everyone next week. New topic. See you then.
Thank you, everybody.
And we're clear.